What if the city's most trusted police officer suddenly became its most wanted criminal? Tonight, we dive into the chilling story of Daniel Cross, a man once hailed as Riverton City's greatest negotiator, until the day he became the one holding hostages. Was he framed? Was he guilty? Or was the truth far darker than anyone imagined? For nearly 15 years, Daniel Cross was a name spoken with respect and sometimes with fear. He wasn't a large man, but when he entered a room, silence followed. He was the negotiator, the man who talked armed robbers into surrendering, the man who convinced desperate fathers not to jump, the man who saved hostages without firing a single shot. Cross believed every life could be bargained for. And in Riverton City, his voice was the last thing you heard before you put down the gun. But legends don't last forever. It started small. A missing case file here. A piece of evidence tampered with it. Then came the whispers that Cross was taking bribes, that he had blood on his hands. One morning, Internal Affairs stormed his office. They accused him of stealing money from police funds. Worse, they claimed he murdered a fellow officer who threatened to expose him. The evidence? Perfect. Too perfect. Phone records, bank transfers, ballistic reports. To the public, it looked airtight. To Cross, it looked like a setup. He swore he was innocent. He begged for a fair hearing. But behind closed doors, something was already decided. And that's when Daniel Cross snapped. Instead of running, Cross stormed the Internal Affairs office, armed and cornered. Then he locked the doors. By noon, the building was surrounded by SWAT. Inside, Daniel Cross held 6 officials hostage. But this wasn't a madman's rampage. Cross wasn't reckless. He gave the hostages water, allowed medical aid, and spoke calmly. His demand was clear. Bring me the files. Expose the truth. Or nobody leaves. The city froze. People asked, had Riverton's greatest hero finally broken? Or was he the only one brave enough to reveal the rot at the heart of the police? To end the standoff, the city called Ethan Shaw, a negotiator from a neighboring county. Shaw was Daniel's equal. Calm, precise, sharp. But unlike the others, Shaw didn't fully buy the story. For hours, the two men talked. Daniel argued he was framed, that the system was corrupt. Shaw pushed back, demanding proof. And then Daniel dropped a bombshell. Hidden recordings, secret ledgers, names of officers involved in fraud, extortion, even murder for hire. The hostages weren't pawns anymore. They were witnesses. Shaw listened. And piece by piece, the puzzle came together. There was something wrong inside Riverton PD. Too many missing cases. Too many suicides. Cross wasn't just defending himself. He was holding up a mirror to the entire force. But the more Shaw believed, the more dangerous it became. Because if Cross was right, then the officers outside, aiming rifles at the windows, weren't there to save lives. They were there to silence him. Night fell. The building's power flickered. SWAT prepared to breach. Shaw, against protocol, entered unarmed. He stood face to face with Daniel Cross, the negotiator, and the accused. In that tense silence, Shaw whispered, "I believe you." Together, they forced Internal Affairs to release the files. And when they did, the truth spilled out, a secret network of officers, guilty of crimes that stained the very badge they wore. By dawn, the hostages walked free. The corrupt officers were named. Daniel Cross was cleared. But freedom had its price. His badge was stripped. His career was over. And half the city still believed he was guilty. Some hailed him as the man who uncovered the truth. Others branded him as a criminal who crossed the line. And Daniel? He disappeared. No interviews. No memoir. No trace. Only questions. Was he a hero who sacrificed everything for justice? or a desperate man who blurred the line between right and wrong? One thing is certain. In Riverton City, the name Daniel Cross will never be forgotten. Thanks for watching Strange and Unexplained. Subscribe for more dark legends, chilling mysteries, and true crime.